You how you can become an ultimate frisbee player. Going to work on that wrist
That's
action.
all you need to know. Just
That's
this right
that.
here. You're
that
there.
would be why I'm not an ultimate frisbee player, probably.
Speaking of ultimate frisbee, might be a great weekend for it. Certainly, the sun will be bountiful. Mark here's here with an update.
That's right. What's that tip about ultimate frisbee? How you?
There, that's it.
You got it.
Okay. All right.
We'll try to experiment with that later.
Okay.
See if I can get it all the way over to the weather center.
All right. We talk about Chamber of Commerce weather off and on throughout the year. Today is just going to be another day, just in time for the Republican candidate for president coming into town. Not often when we get a presidential candidate coming into town. So Mother Nature is going to give us a beautiful day and warmer temperatures, but all in all looking pretty good. And then by Monday, we will see partly cloudy skies. Now let's go over to Brett.
All right, Mark, thanks a lot. Frisbee is not just for tossing around in the park or the beach anymore. We've taken it to another level, and one Knoxville group has really turned it into the ultimate challenge with Ultimate Frisbee, and they're looking for a few good men and women. And joining us this morning, Jeff Cuellar and Sylvia Smith. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for being here. For folks who may not be familiar, everybody knows what a Frisbee is, but maybe not with Ultimate Frisbee. Kind of explain the sport.
Ultimate Frisbee is a cross between a lot of sports. It starts off kind of like with football, whereas there's two goals, and a team starts off by pulling off to another team. There's 7 on each side, and once you catch the disc, you cannot move. Kind of like, and once you start dribbling in basketball, you cannot move.
Right.
And you throw to each player, and it progresses down the field. If the disc is dropped, or if a defensive man throws the disc down, then the other team gets the disc.
And there's kind of an end zone, essentially, and if your team catches the Frisbee in the end zone, then you score a point. Right. I've seen it going on over at Cherokee Park in Knoxville. What does it take to play Ultimate Frisbee, to be good at it?
A lot of enthusiasm and good spirit. The game is based on spirit of the game, where the players call their own fouls. We don't have a referee. So we just rely on each other to have good spirit, and it's a non-contact sport.
And speaking of, I said co-ed, obviously I've seen guys and girls playing it together, but there's kind of a separate women's league as well that you wanted to mention.
Well, we encourage women. We encourage a women's team to play and to travel. So we're recruiting for women to come out and play. Sometimes it's harder to get women out in sports in general. But we're recruiting now for a fall league.
I got
so
you.
Any women that want to come out and join us.
Yeah, we actually have a phone number as well for any women that are interested in getting into this. 609-0341 is the number for the ladies to call. And this is not just a kind of a club sport. Actually, it's going to be going on in Sydney for the Summer Olympics. Talk about that a little bit.
They're supposed to do exhibition game to see if it's going to be a new Olympic sport, and that's starting off in this year's, or the 2002 Olympics.
You think it'll catch on?
I think it will. It's grown a lot. It's grown a lot from just a lot of people just playing in the park to a real strong base, like all over the country and even the world.
And like you had said, you've seen a lot of different pockets around Knoxville where people are playing. You'd kind of like to bring them together, and there's a couple of tournaments that you guys have that might do just that. Talk about those.
Right. We have our annual 4th of July Smoky Mountain Ultimate Tournament at the Forks of the River Industrial Park. This is the 17th year. So that'll be on July 1st and 2nd.
And then another, the Smoky Mountain Ultimate Tourney is that in, that the one, oh no, the UTUT is the one in November.
Yeah, that's in the fall. So we have 2 tournaments here in Knoxville, and then as well as teams, we travel to other tournaments in the southeast.
Sounds like a fun deal, something that's really catching on. And if you want to call that 609-0341, I bet they can give you more information on the tournaments there as well. Sylvia, Jeff, thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you.
Good luck with it. Have fun. Time now, 6:15. Temperature outside is 54 degrees. The search is on for a missing